Let me add. There we are. Hello, everybody. Auntie Eileen, my gorgeous sister Joan. Oops, I forgot that part. So, how is everyone this morning? I'm used to having both shoulders open or none at all. So, with the one shoulder open, I feel like my top is lopsided. It's a dress. It's designed this way, and I'm trying to get used to it. Okay, okay. I miss you guys. I miss you all so much. How is everyone? Huh? Did you turn the volume up on the TV? Can you guys hear me? I have mine on I have my TV on mute. Can't hear me. But everything okay, they can hear me. He's looking at it on TV in the other room. He's excited because today is trivia day. And he's a part of the family. He's we're very much nerds. Yes. So and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all gonna see tears. That's because I was joking. I don't know what it is with me choking here lately. So, first of all aboard. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into the den. I am your Mama Cougar, aka Kitty Lane, that baby boomer from the peninsula in Virginia. And you are in the house of Create and Relate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For breakfast this morning, I had one healthy little handful of potatoes, just enough to keep the mind stimulated and going. For my coffee, I have 16 ounces of Folgers Black Silk and 12 ounces of caramel macchiato. Well, it's a mix caramel macchiato and Cinnabon. I think I did 6 ounces of each as far as my creamer was concerned. I don't add sweetener because the creamers are sweet enough. Drink so far today, I only have the one bottle of water in here with me. I started out today drinking the rest of my, I call it watered down tea because there was nothing but ice left last night and the ice melted. So it was basically water with a little bit of tea flavor. So that was what I had there. Um, Please check out the three names in the description box before. We have our own Lori's Stories and Crochets. Y'all, the cutest little stories ever. And I'm so happy to see that she's starting to get her yarn back in place. It's still a journey for her. And I'm keeping her in prayer that, all of that will be, all of the problem will be eradicated and that she can continue to move forward because I can understand that I'm looking at how frustrating the process is. And then along with that, to be hindered during this process, I, oh, that's your heart, but my heart is with you. And I wish I was there with you to help you. Um, Also, Crochet ADHD, who is Jackie, the shawl queen, I call her. She loves making shawls and she does such a wonderful job at it. She really does. She doesn't mind talking about her love for the 80s or her journey with ADHD. What I find is that a lot of us in the yarning community have ADHD. I used to say suffer with ADHD, but I don't even consider it suffering anymore. We just do things a little differently, and we do a lot of it, and we jump around a lot. We do a lot of things at one time, and we love this little animal called a squirrel. I'm just saying, we relate. But yes, yes, yes. And then as always. And I just watched the video yesterday about the double treble stitch. Please check out the Cozy Encyclopedia gifted to us. And I say gifted because she goes through a lot of research. When I tell you she takes these, well, first of all, yes, Michelle crochets. She takes the time to break down the anatomy of these stitches. She not only tells you what each part is, she tells you the purpose of each part. She tells you how to use it properly, common mistakes that are made. She shows it to you in left hand and right hand form, tells you what to do to correct it, what type of projects you might want to use, or you might want to use these stitches in. It's extremely informative. It's like watching a crochet world book encyclopedia as it unfolds, and being a part of that in watching it. And I strongly encourage everybody to watch it. I don't care how seasoned you are, even if you want to rename some of the parts, because, like, to me, a single crochet was a single crochet. I never considered two legs and a crown. And then when you look at it, it's like, it is, but it's those types of things that, you might look at things a little bit differently. And it may encourage you to explore these stitches a little more. It's amazingly crazy and wonderful all at the same time. I'm just saying. And I think she just dropped some more music, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't had a chance to go there. Those of you who know, I'm getting ready to circle back around to it now. On Tuesday, I had an issue. The coughing thing is getting worse. Do I see Vivian? Hi, Vivian. How are you? So sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. Well, what started like in the wee hours of the morning, Tuesday morning, when I woke up coughing, it lasted for well over 10 minutes. And in that, it was the loss of breath, the crying, the what I call snuffing, which is the combination of sneezing and coughing. That takes a lot out of you. It's very constricting on the chest. And I don't know if you know, but slightly before that, I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack on Saturday. And it's been a health thing. It has really been a health thing. But when you come out from under that umbrella, the sunshine shines a little differently each time, and you're more grateful to see it, even though I can't sit directly in it anymore. Whew, y'all, when I tell you I just got through getting scraped last night, and I know it sounds harsh, but I literally do. We have like the buffer that you use on dry skin. We have to go all over my body with it when I'm out in the sun. I peel just that badly. So now you know some more of my secrets. You're my little secret. No. I feel like I look like sandpaper right now. That's why I keep grabbing for the coconut oil. Oh, forgive me. Okay, so my focus for the day, I was told that I have to put this down, but I do want to show you this while I have it in my lap. This is a blanket that I'm designing. It is for the couple that lives across the parking lot. They just got married earlier this year. His color is blue, her color is red. I decided to use the colors like gradients or blends, I should say, to give it that effect. And I went from a pink. This blanket is going to tell a whole story. I'm going to see if I can piece it together for you real quick. In the center, it was her. It was, oops, it was just this beautiful woman, and she made it work. All of her complications as she grew, all of her textures, and growing into womanhood. And then she met him, but we don't know about her yet. She knows that she met him. And he knows that he also, I guess I'll show you this in first, put a ring on it. This is my diamond right here. And she grows more and more attached to him as time grows on, and she grows to be in love with him. And now everybody knows about them because they blend, they bond. And he remembers when he was that young kid and, fell in love with this relationship. And now he's at the point where he's married. They're still in that honeymoon phase. So he's still loving her. The ultimate color, the darker color, is going to be the husband that holds it all together. So it's a beautiful love story right here in this blanket. And I absolutely love it. I can't wait to tell them. I was going to write it down, but I'm like, when I look at it, even though the words are not verbatim each time I tell it, it's still the same concept of story. And if I write it down, I'm going to cry for sure. If I don't write it down and I'm telling them, I'm going to be too focused on making sure that I get each part right, that hopefully I won't cry. So once again, you get to see that there is a method to Kitty's madness. Yes, absolutely. So as much as I want, I'm going to finish out this round today, and then I'm going to have to put it aside because yesterday, to go back and add to the health thing, I went to the store to make a quick store run. Y'all know I go to. Thank you, sis. Y'all know I go to Walmart every day. It's right next door every day for something. I don't care if it's a loaf of bread or a container of eggs. I'm at Walmart every day. Yesterday, it was my ginger snap cookies. The kids wanted ice cream. I wanted ice cream too. So I wanted my ginger snap cookies to go with it. So, and I got my baby girl to go with me, my granddaughter. As soon as we stepped outside, it was extremely humid and windy. By the time we got about 20 feet from where we were, just past the doors, we felt she hopped on back and had me around here, had her arms around here. So her face is beside mine. We felt a raindrop go between our faces. And as soon as she says, I didn't know it was supposed to rain. We got about 5 more raindrops. That was to get us to the end of the sidewalk. As soon as we got off the sidewalk, the sky opened. The sky opened. Rain is not so bad. I generally don't run from the rain, but I had other issues that I needed to worry about, which made it very stressful for me. Number one, Vivian, the blanket is so beautiful in the storyline. Thank you. Number one, what made me stressed completely out was the fact that it was a thunderstorm. I don't like being outside in storms. I've got bad experiences, and I don't like being outside in storms. Number two, which was the second most important, is that I was driving my scooter, y'all. The motor can't get wet, and I had nothing to protect it. Absolutely nothing. And then number one, the main reason I was stressed out, my granddaughter was with me. My grandbaby's level 2 autistic. So those types of situations can trigger her. And I wanted nothing more than to protect her and be her safety. So it was like I knew that I had to make those important decisions quickly, So yeah, that And then you get in the house and oh, wait a minute. So when we hit the sidewalk to our apartment complex, I told her, I said, go ahead and run home, baby, so you can get out of this weather. She runs about 10 steps in front of me and she turns around and says, I don't want to run. I want to be with my grandma. So we're side by side and I got it open. So we're still running. She's still running, but not as fast as she would if she was on her own. So we turn the first corner coming into the side of the building. And then we turn the last corner being on the front side of the building. Now she feels safe running. I feel safer with her quickly getting out of this thunderstorm. There's no lightning, it's just thunder. As soon as I see her dip to go on the porch, I'm like, phew. And now I'm terrified because I know how I knew, I don't know, but I knew that my scooter was about to stop. And it didn't. It said, nope, I don't do water. So I had to turn the scooter off, try to find the neutral setting, got the neutral setting in place, and then I'm scooting it along with my leg, and as I got to the front of the breezeway, there was a young man standing in front of my door. And so I said, can I help you? And he says, no, I was just waiting for my sister. And then he said, can I help you? And I'm like, yes, please. So he pushed me into the breezeway and got me in front of my door. Right about that time, the grandbabies opened the door. And as soon as my grandson saw me, he went straight into man of the house mode. He pushes me inside. We got me parked. He immediately goes and gets a towel and he's drying me and his sister off. He wraps her up in the towel. She's like, no, I'm going to get the shawl. So she got her shawl and she's wrapped up in that. And I told him, I said, go get our blanket. We have a blanket, a fleece blanket that we share, me and my grandson. When he comes in the room, I tell him it's his. This is my blanket. And I told him, I said, go get our blanket. And he brought the blanket out to me. So I wrapped up in this. And then we got baby girl to go ahead on and take her shower. A little while later, I was taking mine too. But yeah, it's no fun getting caught in storms. I can say that of bad experiences that I've had in storms, this was definitely on the better side. It was more fear of than anything. Because I've had some bad ones. I've had a tree to fall on me while I was crossing a fence, guys. My mother and I were holding a front door closed one time in the middle of one of the hurricanes. And a tree limb broke, broke the awning to the front porch and scratched me and my mom up in the face and chest really bad because we were trying to hold the door closed. We were about to lose the screen door, storm door, and we were trying to hold that closed. And when it fell, and the tool and stuff just scratched me and my mom up really, really bad. Yeah, so I've got some horror stories. Being caught in a flood on my way. I was on the property of my job. And all of a sudden, I started going down the street. Now, the street was an incline, and you could see the waters rising behind you. And I'm like, if I could just make it to the turnway, to the driveway or the street to go to my job, I'll be okay. Like maybe 10 feet before I got there, the water just overtook the car, and we didn't know on the way to work it was dry. There was nothing on the way to work. I came down like the lowest part of the neighborhood and it just started drizzling. By the time I turned onto the main drag, it started pouring. And then when I turned into the facility, showed my badge and everything to get in. Yeah, I was on a military base. But showed my badge and everything to get in. It's like everything just flew and you could just see the waters rising. Everywhere that I've lived here in Virginia, I live very close to the Atlantic Ocean. Chesapeake Bay, Atlantic Ocean, what's the other one? James River, all of that. I live very close to that convergence. So, yeah, we have water issues around here. We've had three pine trees fall in the backyard. The first one, um, we ended up having to pay out to two neighbors because it fell to the side. And my mom and I took portions of that tree and built a bird bath. And then the next two, one landed between, if you're in our house, one landed between us and the neighbor to the right. So it didn't cause any damage. And the other landed between us and the neighbor to the left. And the only damage was fence damage. So all we had to do was replace the fence. So yeah, yeah. But the first one went far out to the right and it got the back of the homes of the next door neighbor and the one next to them. They're very tall pine trees. Yeah. So now you know my storm history. So at this point, we're at that point that I need to know from you if you're with me. So if I can get you, please, to drop me an egg, just an egg. It can be fried, dyed, laid to the side, over easy, over medium, poached, or hard boiled. It doesn't matter. I just need to see an egg in the comments. Like I said, for today's focus, which I'm doing a lot of flip flopping, but trust me, I got everything in mind like it's supposed to be. After I finish this round, which will be the second round of this blue, which is, I know it's teal, mainstay teal. Then I'm going to put this aside for the day because I have to make another bag for my scooter. Thank you, thank you. And I do like eggs over easy. I do. I like eggs over easy with grits and either bacon or sausage. Yep, I do. Okay, so I have to replace the bag that goes on my scooter. It got soaking wet yesterday. We had already talked about replacing it because it's been up there now for over a year. And the one thing I said was that I was going to make several bags for my scooter and that I was going to change them out every 3 to 6 months. This bag has been there for over a year. It has overstayed its welcome and it's time for it to be replaced. The question is, what color is it going to be? The first one was pink, gray, purple, and white. And the second one is all red. So I know we don't want to do those anymore. So I'm thinking, uh, as I look over, I see a gray and like a slate blue. It's got to be durable. Yeah, it's got to be durable. I have a red scooter with black trim. I've already done the red bag with the black letters and the black trim. I want something that's going to be strikingly different. The first one was a bag of convenience. And like I said, it was that ice cream. I wish I could reach it because I got it right over there. It's like that pink, gray, purple, and white from Karen 1 pound. Uh, I think it was the Karen Jumbo actually. Uh, and it reminds you of ice cream for some reason. I don't know. But that's what the first one was. Like I said, it was a bag of convenience. The second one made more of a statement because my scooter's name is BJ, my mother's nickname. So the name of it was on the bag. It has a change compartment. I have a little shot glass in there where I collect my change. And then I got a little section in there where I have my own little garbage can. It has a lid on it and it has wheels. So when the kids empty the garbage, they take the whole garbage can out and they wheel it over to the trash can. And then they take it and empty it and they wheel it back to the scooter. Hey, if they're having fun, why knock it, right? So they put that back in this container. And then over to the right is where I have the section where I have my medications that will fit in there. Like I've got my lip balm, hand sanitizer, coconut oil, inhaler, and a pouch of medication in case I need it when I'm out or I'm out longer than I intend. My EpiPen is in the big part. I keep my EpiPen with me. I also have a notebook, a little legal pad where I can jot things down. Excuse me. But it's the bigger part, and it's serviceable. I have a cloth in there in case I need it. Sometimes if I know I'm going to the store and I'm going to get a lot of things, I will take one of my bags. I don't have anything up here with me today, but I will take one of my bags and fold it up really small and put it in there. And that way I have my bag with me. If I'm going yarn shopping for something specific, I'll keep my little swatches in there. So, yeah, that's going to be today's focus. So, now that we have that out of the way, um, so hopefully Saturday and I did tell you that I was working on baskets. I did start 2 baskets. I haven't finished either one. I have really been working on this blanket because not only is it an original, it's my design, because of the meaning behind it. And I don't want to wait forever to present it to the couple. Um, but the baskets, I do have 2 laundry baskets working, and they're coming up pretty good. One is probably about that tall. The other is I only take it to the doctor's office. I have the base and one round done. But that's done. So hopefully I will be able to show you at least one basket day after tomorrow and a lot more progress on the blanket and possibly the bag to my scooter. Yes, I do crochet a lot. Yes, I do crochet fast. Am I proud of that? I am. I am because I get a lot done, especially when this is okay. So the part of the day that we have come to, and I'm going to ask you one more time for something to be dropped in the chat for me. And what I would like for you to drop in there is a pencil, either a pencil or a pen, or you can write it out. Okay. Now, what we do with our trivia, your name automatically goes into a pot for participation. Every Thursday that we have trivia, your name goes in the pot for participate. Every Thursday that you participate, your name goes in the pot for participation. I keep track of how many answers you got correct. For every 10 answers, say if you got 4 last week and you get 17 this week, that's 21. Your name will go into the pot 2 more times. For every 10, you get 1 more entry. So I am keeping track of last week's, this week's, and the next 2 weeks. On the first Saturday, wait a minute, I can't use my phone. I was hoping this had a calendar in it, and it doesn't. So I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Tuesday, but I'll try to have it more together, and I'll let you know in a post. Um, So June. Today is the 13th. Today is the 11th. Okay. So the 25th is over here. 26th, 27th, 28th. So the last Saturday in June should be the 28th, is when we will draw. I'm going to try to get my boss back here. Did you find the lost blanket or did it? All right. No, I have not. I'm still fighting with the post office because they're saying that they can't even find the address. And we know that all of that is entered in electronically. And of course, I have to verify it. So that means that I looked at it and compared it to what I had written down. So I'm really frustrated about that because one of those colors I can't get back. I can duplicate the pattern, but I can't duplicate the colors. Yeah, one was an all-in-one, a discontinued all-in-one from Red Heart. So, so yes, on the 28th of June, we will have a drawing. I'm going to try to get my CEO, my manager, my boss lady, my mini mommy. I'm going to try to get her to come in and do the drawing for me. And that way we will find out who the winner is of a special prize. I'm not going to tell you what the prize is. Of course I'm not. Then it won't be special and it won't be unique and it won't be cute and it won't be fun and it won't be a surprise. But you will be getting something from me. Did you get the picture? I said, I did, and I have not posted it yet, but I did get it. And the only reason I haven't posted it is because it's not letting me save it so that I can post it. And I'm trying to figure out how to post it from my email. But I did get it, and it's absolutely beautiful. It really, really is. But yes, I did get it. I'm just trying to figure out. I've been having a lot of issues with uploading, downloading, and that's why I have not been able to do a lot of videos outside of the lives. You know, the lives go through streaming, but the videos you do from whatever device you have. And then it's the matter of uploading and downloading. I've not taken up a lot of space. I have cleared out a lot of things. So it's not that they don't have the space to do it. It's just another hiccup in my YouTube walk of life. Okay, so there we are with the trivia. Now you know why we're doing this and why we're so diligent. That's one of the reasons. The other reason we're doing it is because it's so much fun. It is just so much fun. Okay, so we are a little more than a half hour in. So we know that we can get at least 20 questions in today. Let's try it for it. Okay, so now we're still on geography. We're still on geography. Okay, which is colder, the North Pole or the South Pole? And if you haven't, please take this moment to refresh your comments so that they're not lagging too much. Whatever method you use, I think if you're on a PC, you can use F5. If you're on your phone, you can go back. You can hit the go back button down at the bottom and then come back into your comments. If you're doing it on your TV, you can go to that bar that tells you where you are. You can push it all the way to the end. So, okay, I see North Pole, South Pole, North Pole. And Auntie Eileen, you are correct. It is the South Pole. Y'all, the South Pole doesn't see as much sun as the rest of it. BB! Hello, BB. How are you? Are you joining us today for trivia? Please say yes. Please say yes. Okay, question number 2. What continent is Britain a part of? What continent is Britain a part of? What continent is Britain a part of? Okay, I see Europe. I see Europe. Okay, I see 2 Europes. I see England. Okay. And the continent is Europe. Yes, the continent is Europe. It absolutely is. Okay, question number 3. Where are the Andes located? Where are the Andes located? And I don't mean the mint chocolate candy, but you have to admit they're good too. We break it down a little more. In what country? There's one. I said that wrong. One continent that takes. South America is correct. You're right, sis. They're on my counter too. But yes, South America is correct. Oh my goodness. I love you guys so much. Okay, on to question number 4. I love this one because I learned this when I was in the 5th grade. And usually, if it's a question that's asked and I haven't seen it a lot, I'm usually the first one like, yes! So, what is the name of the supercontinent that existed millions of years ago? What is the name of the supercontinent that existed millions of years ago here on Earth? The name is mentioned a lot in the sci-fi genre of movies. The past, yeah, yeah, but not the answer I'm looking for. So the name of that supercontinent, of which all of the seven continents now were joined, and they made this one big place called Pangea. It's called Pangea. 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 So when they get to talk about the fossils that are found here, there, and everywhere, it's because at one point we were all here. They were all here. And when the separation came, they didn't take those bones and leave them here. It moved along with the separation. Okay. Question number 5. What country is known as the land of the rising sun? Khadijah! What country is known as the land of the rising sun? Yes, Khadijah, how are you? Okay, Hadisha says Japan. Joan says Japan. Vivian says Japan. It's okay. I'm glad to see you here. I missed you. Okay, guys, Japan is the correct answer. Yes, Japan is the correct answer. And our next question right here. Oh, cool. Wow. What city is also known as the Eternal City? Y'all can have all that sushi. Sure can. Y'all can miss me with the whole serving tray. What city is also known as the Eternal City? Well, see, it's not in the United States, but I'm sure um, Minneapolis would probably be one of those. I have two that are saying Rome, and see, I could say Virginia Beach because I don't think they ever sleep in Virginia Beach. Never ever, never ever, never ever. We have three for Rome. Okay, and the correct answer sounds good to me, BB. That's another city that never sleeps. 3 o'clock in the morning down on Times Square looks like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's so bright. But the correct answer is Rome. It is Rome. Which European country is closest to Africa? Which European country is closest to Africa? And BB, have you heard of a reporter there named Corey McGinnis? I think he's only been there for like a year. BB says Spain. Hadisha says Spain. Joan says wrong answer. Vivian says Spain. Auntie Eileen says Spain. Okay. And the correct answer is Spain. It is Spain. Okay, here's one. What do you call a chain of mountains? What is that region called? Cool. What do you call a chain of mountains? Okay, Hadisha says the range. And we have home on the range. It is a range. Okay, I got you, Auntie Eileen. Okay, so what is the capital of Nova Scotia? What is the capital of Nova Scotia? I see sleeping. I see in. I see Halifax. I see rolling on the floor laughing. Okay. And the capital of Nova Scotia is indeed Halifax. Way to go, Auntie Eileen and BB. Way to go. I love you too, baby. Bye. Okay, taking a quick break. I got to tell you another reason I've been so excited today. Both of my girls were here today. My oldest is just leaving now, but she came and sat with us for like an hour. So both of my, I've been hearing them out there chuckling and laughing. Does my heart good. If you don't know, we'll talk about it another time. But this has been a glorious day for me. Okay, back to our questions. Now we got to put our thinking caps back on. How many countries are there in the United Kingdom? She is so cute, looking like her mama. My oldest daughter looks just like me, y'all. My youngest daughter looks just like my mama. Okay, back to the question. How many countries are there in the United Kingdom? Okay. I see five. I see four. I see six. And my sister pleads the fifth. So, what I'm going to ask of you, Khadijah, is please post the right answer. We got four, five, and six. That's one for exactly. There are four: England, Scotland, Wales, and North Ireland. Yes. Okay. So, okay. What cape sits at the tip of Africa? What cape sits at the tip of Africa? Yes, Khadijah, it is Good Hope, the Cape of Good Hope. It looks like I'm speeding up a little bit. I looked at my time. Okay. So now, what season does Australia experience in December? I'm sorry, BB. What that question was what cape sits at the tip of Africa? I'm sorry. Um, but the current question is, what season does Australia experience in December? What season does Australia experience in December? So far as an answer, I see summer. I see three summers. I see four summers. So Ladybird, BB, Joan. Okay, yes, it is summer. It is summer. Okay, what is the name of the largest airport in the United States? What is the name of the largest airport in the United States? And it's not JFK. It's not the one in Atlanta. It's not San Antonio. What's another big one I've been to? I see DEN. I see LAX. I live in a military town, and the house is called, it's not Atlanta. And Hadisha is absolutely correct. It is the Denver International Airport, DEN. I live close to a pretty big one. I live close to ORF, which is the Norfolk International Airport. And Yeah. Yeah, I know LA. I know Los Angeles, but it unfortunately is not the largest. It is not the largest. Okay, next question. Which continent is Cambodia located in? Which continent is Cambodia located in? I see an Asia. I see another Asia. I see another Asia. And ladies, that continent is, in fact, Asia. Okay. In what ocean is the Bermuda Triangle located? In what ocean is the Bermuda Triangle located? I see woohoo. I see Atlantic. Atlantic. Really enough, I watched Quantum Leap yesterday and they had the Bermuda Triangle and they were flying over the. Okay. I see three Atlantics. You know, TV teaches us a lot in the line of trivia. Sometimes I go to trivia sites to get the questions, but sometimes just in me looking at television, I'll see something of just a fact. I'll go fact check it and I'll write it down as a trivia question. So yeah, we can learn a lot. Sometimes in other content creators channels, you know, they'll throw out a weird fact or something. Yeah, it's but in fact, the Bermuda Triangle is located in the Atlantic Ocean. It is located in the Atlantic Ocean. Very good, ladies. Okay, we're going to see if we can squeeze. No, we did 15. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not. We did 15, and I'm very proud of how the scoreboard looks. I am. Everybody has answered questions, and everybody, we got 5 people who got their names in the pot this week. And I'm not giving out totals until the end, but I do have the totals listed here. Um, and the ones going into the pot this week are Hadijah, BB, Auntie Eileen, Vivian, and Joan. The number of questions that you've answered correctly will be added to those that we've done, that we did last week, being that last week was the beginning. And then we will add next week and the week after to that. On the 28th, which is the last Saturday, we will have our drawing and we'll find out who wins the beautiful prize. And I'm not saying what it is. It's a surprise. But you ladies know that I love you, and you know that I always tell you what I mean from the deepest parts of my soul. I want you to love you. Mm. I want you is surprised to see. Of course, that's one of the surprises. That's the best prize. That's the best prize, sis. Yes, absolutely. How did my name go anywhere? Because you participated. Like I said, if you participate, your name goes in. Every time you show up and participate, your name goes in. So being a part of that participation, whether you're answering questions or giving us comic relief or, doing both and whatever, you go in for participating. Every question that you answer correctly, you get a tick. I add those ticks up, and for every group of 10 ticks that you get, your name goes into that pot again. And I'm going to try to get my executive director, my CEO, my junior mama, my youngest baby to draw a name, and that person will get a prize. Okay? And we are all winners. Yes, I would be one as well for being able to be here. For being able to be here. Guys, I want to thank each and every one of you. Like I said, please understand that the greatest love of all is self love because you can't love others the way they deserve to be loved unless you first love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. And you deserve the best. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. And how many of you noticed that I have red nails? I did the other hand, sis. This is the right hand. So I did it with the left hand. I'm losing paint on this one, but I got nails. I love you guys. I will see you all Saturday, and hopefully I'll have some finished stuff to show you then. Bye. See you soon.